guys. This is just a roundup of the weekend English Premier League fixtures, the results that happened. I've got all the games that happened on Sunday, not all the ones that happened on Saturday. I was actually round at my friend's on Saturday night, so I didn't see all of Match of the Day, unfortunately. But let's just get straight into it. Newcastle came back from 2-0 down. Papi Cisse, coming back from injury, scored a brace after Hull went ahead after two sensational goals, quite frankly. Jelavic scored a fantastic scissor kick to make it 1-0, and Diame thunderbolted the shot with his left foot, his weaker foot. It was his left or his right, it was his weaker foot anyway, to make it 2-0 to Hull. But Hull unfortunately threw away, Hull unfortunately for them, threw away the lead, and Newcastle came back. Papis Cisse, the unlikely hero, he'd been out injured for a long while and was on something of a goal drought, got the 2 goals. West Ham were sensational against Liverpool. They could have been 5-1 up at half time. They really were sensational. They were all over them. Liverpool continuing their poor start to the season. Still not playing well at all, really. Winston Reid would open scoring for West Ham. The ball would come in. He's completely lost his marker. Henderson has got kind of under the ball as well, and it's a free header for Winston Reid. And he's headed home to make it 1-0. Very poor by Liverpool. Then West Ham, we'd add a second. It was a terrific, delicate chip by Sacco. Really was a sensational goal. Went past a few players and then just played the most beautiful, delicate lob over the top of Mignolet for 2-0. Nothing he could have done about it. It was a sensational goal. West Ham were great value for a lead, there's no question. Raheem Sterling would pull back a goal for Liverpool after Balotelli was in the box, tried to get a shot away, and the ball would break to Raheem Sterling, who smashed it home for 2-1. Very good goal, and Liverpool pulled one back. West Ham would then add a deserved third goal to seal the points, and they really were terrific. The players they've signed, obviously, Zarate and Ener Valencia, just to name a couple there, clearly made a massive difference to their style of play, and they really did look sensational, there's no question. The only kind of controversy in the game is Adrian arguably should have walked, not once but twice. First of all, for kicking out at Mario Balotelli, who, to be fair to him, was actually very composed during the incident. And the second time was when he left the leg in Umberini when he was collecting the ball. But all in all, West Ham fully deserved the result. I think even if West Ham were to have, even with that decision going the way, Liverpool didn't deserve anything out of the game. West Ham were sensational. On to Aston Villa against Arsenal. Aston Villa started quite well against Arsenal. Chesney was called into duty quite a few times, made some good saves. But Aston Villa, this was a team that was missing 7 or 8 players due to a flu virus, so we're missing a lot of players. And if you can remember from last season, Aston Villa's squad was lacking in the depth areas and lacking in quality and depth as well. So Arsenal would eventually take control of the game, as to be expected. Ozil was slid through for 1-0. They would then add a second from close range through Danny Welbeck, and the third was an unfortunate own goal from Ali Sissoko, who really has had a torrid time in English football. Played with injuries at Liverpool last season when he was on loan there. Poor performances, and West Ham, it's looking much the same. He is or was a very good player, but I suppose there's obviously a reason Valencia are putting him out on loan. Although West Ham might have got him permanently, I'm not 100% sure about that. There was a bit of awful play by Arsenal at one point there. Ramsey actually tried to play an attempted pass and actually played the ball straight out of play, which was very, very poor. So I didn't really kind of see the other games at the weekend there, apart from that for Saturday. So going on to Sunday, Manchester United started very well against Leicester City. Van Persie would open scoring from a close header, which took a slight deflection, which probably was why it went past Schmeichel. It's impossible to say where Schmeichel would have saved it or would have gone in. The deflection certainly did make a difference. Di Maria added a sensational second of a delicate lob over top of Schmeichel, really showing his class. I cannot understand for the life of me why Real Madrid let him go, but, well, I guess it was their choice. Leicester would pull one back. Great work by Luke Varney, who was, in my opinion, man of the match. He was absolutely sensational. He was everywhere. Played a fantastic ball into Ulloa after it looked like the ball was almost going to go out of play. Played a terrific ball into Ulloa, who headed home a powerful header to make it 2-1. Then Manchester United would add a third at 56 minutes from Herrera. Di Maria has an attempted shot and it's flicked in by Herrera. So Manchester United looking home and dry. but then to build momentum from the game against QPR where they won 4-0. Well, you'd be wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. Leicester City would go on to win this game. Leicester City would pull another goal back through a certainly controversial penalty. Luke Varney in the move pushes over Raphael, which should have been a definite free kick, and in the same move, Raphael with minimal contact with Luke Varney. A penalty is given to Leicester, which David Nugent makes no mistake in sticking away for his first goal of the season. Like I said, I don't think that David Nugent will get that many goals this season. Obviously, the Leicester will look to get goals from midfield, and certainly Joa, who would score again later on in the game. Cambiasso also scored. He scored in his debut after Manchester United failed to clear the ball. They looked at 6s and 7s at the back. They really are looking so poor at the back. For all the quality they have going forward, it's completely undone by the fact they have nothing at the back. They couldn't clear the ball. The ball broke to Cambiasso in the box, who powered it home for 3-3, and Leicester City were level. Leicester would then go 4-3 up. Luke Varney was played through. Again, the Manchester United defence was nowhere. It was one defender. Luke Varney was past him. It was a very composed finish for 4-3, and he deserved his goal. He really was sensational. Leicester would then add a fifth. A ball played over the top. Blackett gets nowhere near it. Luke Varney's in behind him. Then Blackett fills and just kicks his legs away. Definite penalty. Definite red card. And Leicester City would make it 5-3 as Joa made no mistake from the penalty box. 5-3, and Leicester City won the game. Manchester United certainly a long way to go if they're going to get top 4. They're going forward. You can have all that kind of quality, but when you don't have anything defensively, then you're not going to win every game. And Leicester have been fantastic this season so far. Joa has really been a sensation. That's his 5th goal this season, so he really has been excellent. Manchester United, if they really are going to get back to the top, then they really need to be playing a lot better than how they have, and they need to be able to keep the goals out. Manchester City versus Chelsea was a rather drab game. I watched this one from start to finish. It ended 1-1. Not many chances the game. Chelsea would take the lead from close range from Andre Schürrle after Zabaleta was sent off for a second bookable offence. And then you couldn't really write this. Manchester City would then equalise through Frank Lampard. Ball played into him. He kind of half volleys it into the back of the net, and that was 1-1. Frank Lampard got a very good reception from the Chelsea fans, and it was well deserved because he is a Chelsea legend, there's no question. There might be some fans that will disagree with him joining Manchester City, and that's their right, but they can't hate on a man that gave so much to that club and was one of the reasons they won the Champions League and won the league titles in success. He really is a Chelsea legend, and if it was up to him, he probably would still be there. So it was 1-1, and Manchester City would be happy with that after going down to 10 men. Chelsea would have been happy about that as well. A draw was probably the right result. Neither team was particularly impressive. Everton, despite winning 4-1 midweek against Wolfsburg, which was a very impressive result, I didn't really think that was going to happen, but Wolfsburg is struggling in the Bundesliga. Continued their indifferent start to the season. Lukaku would open up the scoring for Everton after being played through to make it 1-0, put it into the bottom left-hand corner past Julian Speroni. Palace would then go on to win from there, though. Crystal Palace were awarded the penalty after Howard tripped the attacker in the box, and last season's Crystal Palace's best player from last season, Jednat, made no mistake by slotting it in and making it 1-1. Crystal Palace would then add a second. There's a cross into the box. Fraser Campbell then beats Howard in the air to the ball, heads it into the back of the net. Howard was nowhere near it. He really wasn't one of his best games, so there's no question about that. He really was not on his game at all. Individual errors was something that was rife in that game from Everton. In the first half, there was a moment where Christian Atsu gives the ball away, and Bolasie nicks it off and has a shot at goal. It takes a massive deflection off of the Everton, I think it was Leighton Baines, and it goes just over the bar, and that could easily mean the back of the net. Leon Osman makes a similar error. The ball's taken off, and the ball's played to Punchin, who plays for Bolasie, who got his first goal in the Premier League after 18 months. He looks a real talent, Bolasie, but the issue with him is, does he try to overcomplicate things? But if he was doing everything simple, everything right, and he was fantastic, there's no question. And Crystal Palace got a deserved 3rd goal. Everton would then pull one back. Leighton Baines would score a penalty after Everton were awarded the penalty. It looked quite a soft penalty, but penalty was awarded nonetheless, and Leighton Baines now scored 14 from 14 in his penalties, which is sensational. Everton pushed hard for an equaliser later on, but it wasn't to be. and Crystal Palace held on for the 3 points. Could they stay up yet again? Could they once again prove me wrong? Well, we have to wait and see. This is just one result, but they've made themselves hard to beat, so we have to wait and see as far as that one goes. And the final game, West Brom stunned Spurs at the Lane. They beat them 1-0. James Morrison scored the winner. Tottenham Hotspur, 4th place. Don't count it. But then again, you look at Everton, they've been poor this season. Liverpool been poor. Manchester United, I don't expect them to get top 4 regardless of how much they've got going forward, because, like I've said so many times, they need some defenders and they just don't have any at all. And Tottenham Hotspur have been as well, so it could be an opportunity for another club to kind of sneak in there. Some people thought it might be Newcastle, but Newcastle at the moment are rooted to the bottom of the Premier League. The fans are screaming for Pardew to go, and quite frankly, with the talent they have in the team, I can't argue with that. They probably need to make that change. Okay, well that's it. That's it for this video. We'll have another video fairly soon if there's some games to talk about. There's a League Cup tonight, but I don't know if I'll see much of that or not. Or if there's any kind of things that's happening, or if I just get an inspiration for a video. But I'll try and do them a bit more regularly, and try and do them closer to after the Premiership games have ended. Like once they've kind of had Sunday out of the way, then I can maybe do them Monday, or if I do Saturday's games on the Sunday. But I'll look to do things that way anyway. Okay, well thanks for watching. As always, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Any questions, you'll leave in the comments below. Any videos you'd like to see, then just let me know. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, that's it.